Now, this is what this is supposed to look like. See, this, come around here, this is what my base looked like. Ignore this. This was an experiment that went wrong. This is what my base looked like before I wound up getting woken up by a wither when I came onto a realm after a couple of weeks. So, in the front of all of the chests, you got all the frames with all of the stuff, all the wooden items over here, got some tools over here, miscellaneous over here, all the stuff for the store for the rockets back here. Over here was my valuables. Same with over here, but again, after being read the riot act in the Discord about how could I not put all of my valuables into a shulker box, into the ender chest. Here's all the valuables in the shulker box, in the ender chest. See, for me, ender chests were really just how I got things from point A to point B. Like, look over here. These are different things that get traded with different villagers. These are available in my store. I just put ender chests everywhere. The idea of ender chest as blast-proof or blast-resistant storage never really dawned on me. You know, I'm used to all the bugs in Bedrock where the ender dragon blasts through the ground, and if you have an ender chest there, it's gone anyway. So to me, it wasn't really a thing, but apparently on a realm you have to be a little more careful, and it's a thing. Plenty of redstone for plenty of redstone stuff. You get the idea. Now I'm going to take the boat over here. Let's head on up. And as we pointed out earlier on in the other video, over here is where the tracks used to be, and there's the whole path to lead you on out there. Let me see. I didn't light this though. Let me do that. Try to make it a little more difficult for things to get through. Alright, so that's the ice road through there. But before we do that, let's take a look at the rest of the base that was handily destroyed before this restart. So you've got, there's a some light source block under one of these, I forget which. But hopping on up to here, here are all of the furnaces I was speaking about. I've already started the deconstruction here because all of this is going to be moved to the new base, which I alluded to in the prior video. Up the ladder, here's the zero-tick cactus machine. So, not cactus, excuse me, zero-tick bamboo. Can't speak. That. Through the chests, through here, and then once that's done, I throw this switch. The two hopper minecarts swing around, and they fill up the hoppers, which fill up all of the different burning apparatuses. And up here, I was playing around with waterlogging slabs and waterlogging stairs just to make a small farm in this area. This is going to be where I transitioned up towards the roof, but I needed to do something with it, so I was like, oh, I'll just grow some pumpkins and some melons. It's never a bad thing to grow pumpkins and melons. Here we go. Up here, we're closing on the roof here. This was the cactus, the zero-tick cactus machine. I learned very, very quickly that if you run this machine and something else in the same chunk, this one will break. I was doing that with over here, which is where this is zero-tick for kelp, which of course gets cooked to here, and I have mending on everything, so all I have to do is, I have mending on everything except that, but this will then come out, and I guess I'm getting levels instead. Yep, a couple levels. Drop that in there for now. Eventually, I turn these back into blocks. In there, goes in here, goes into there, which goes into there, and the cycle continues. And then up here, we've got the zero-tick sugarcane machine, which I was using for all of the rockets. Finally, up on the roof. Didn't Didn't really get a chance to develop too much with the roof. I have the little enchanting setup here. Once again, ender chest is here. Just to kind of transport stuff back and forth. I need to work on a different arrangement of bookcases. I hate this standard one. I think Smallish Beans had one where he smushed all of them into a corner and was still able to get level 30 enchantments. Let's see here. This little glass tower is actually mine. You'll see why we have that in a moment. Just get on out of here now. Quick nap. And back out into the real world. So that glass tower that you saw, you'll see from the other side in a moment, but let's grab something in case there's anybody out here like that. Oh, come on. Really? And the more things change, the more they stay the same. This, by the way, is why all of this is cobblestone. I designed all of this because of all the creepers that like hanging out around here, even though I've got lights everywhere. They still come out. Very annoying. So over here, you'll see... Up we go. A tall glass tower. This right over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, is going to be an elevator. It's going to shoot me straight on up, connecting me from high above the world to the shopping center, to the nether portal, to other bases, and so on and so forth. Just kind of as a means of my getting around without interfering with anybody else's part of the base. Because as the realm expands, you're going to start finding, and as I'm finding now, that as I'm building something, my build is in the middle of somebody else's, and I don't like messing up other people's stuff. So you go underground, eventually you run into somebody's something else. So up in the sky, less real estate taken up here. So again, this used to be the ice path. Now it's here, and you can see again, the idea is to end up here and then get shot straight up there. Interim, let me just get back to where I was. As you can see, I still have some more ice to take out, or some more ice to pick. And this way, and here we go. Over here, again, we have the ground that I had to cover in leaves because no matter how well lit this place was, everything still spawned. Everything spawned here. Everything spawned up here. Everything spawned up here, no matter what. You're seeing these little puddles down here because this used to be where I kept my sugarcane farm. And then I realized that no matter what I did, no matter how well I lit this, something would spawn on top of a piece of the sugar cane, and then they would get down here. And as they would get down here, they'd go down the steps, and then I'd wind up with a room full of zombies, and then I'd throw a couple of boats, and I'd heal them, and then come on back. And as you can see, I've got some of the gold and some of the splash potions right there with extra boats, just to make sure, because consistently, without fail, I would come home to a home full of zombified villagers. It was just not fun. This is for, okay, glass. I was storing fuel in there at a point in time. And then over here we've got all of the tables and all of the beds. And I try to get everything for trading right on in here, right on in there, right on in there, right on what everyone's taken, including the one dude upstairs who doesn't seem to want to come back downstairs. Not sure why. Over here is just random, disorganized stuff. I need to get out, so you need to move, move, move. This is Wheat the Cleric. As you can see, this guy's been converted at least once. One fun little thing to do is when you have multiple of one particular villager, especially librarians, is name them with their top trait. So you'll have, you know, the librarian named Mending, and the librarian named looting, and the librarian named Smiter or whatever. Just in my particular case, I wound up with the farmer that was finally trading wheat. Got bit, turned into a dang zombie, and kind of ruined everything. Shout out again to the Neo-Cubist for the design for these walls. Cannot thank him enough for that idea. Over here is Zero Tick sugar. Oh, no, not Zero Tick sugar cane. This is bone meal sugar cane. So I've got the. Where's the thing? Oh, here we go. The dispenser. Fill that up with bone meal as I go, and then once it's full up, I'll fire it up and make more cane for more rockets, for more, for more cane, for more rockets, for more sugar cane, for more rockets. Over here is one row. This whole thing is actually going to be broken. I've kind of changing this around a bit. I was going to make this one huge sorting entity, but then I realized it would probably make more sense to make smaller sections, have one input chest full of things that are just stackable wood items, and then all of my logs go into one, all of my planks go into one, meaning oak, plank, and jungle log or whatever, and then have another one for stone, and then another one for other things. All the things stackable to 64. I'm not going to start messing with the mechanics that allow you to have the automated sorters for things that go to 16 or things that aren't stackable, because this is bedrock, and that would just be dumb, because it'll work until the update, when it doesn't, or even no update. It'll just stop working because bedrock. I also need to at some point make sure that I have enough concrete and stone and whatnot to finish the road around here. That's really it for over here, I think. So let's just sprint on out. Boop. My collection of cats. Here, and back up we go. Oh, yeah. There's a back door there. This over here is where I'm going to move that. I'm going to probably make it a little deeper, spread it out a little more, because eventually this is going to be 1.17 and entities aren't going to spawn in bubble columns. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to place in 2x2 or 3x2 or 2x2 skipping sets of squares, so the squid will be able to spawn and then kind of saunter off into where the magma is, and then I get my ink sacks that way. Let's see here. Up we go. I know I've shown this to people before. I had to actually add a layer straight down and carve this out so I could get in, because that minecart kept sticking and getting stuck and stuff. So if you have one of these now, the biggest fix, if you look, redstone track, redstone track, redstone track. This is going across a chunk. So either be super diligent about chunk aligning, or make sure you've got redstone on any side. I'll have to make sure I timestamp this portion for the video that I have way back when on my channel that specifically went into this exact build. Let's hop up here. AFK fish farm. Nothing in there. Nautilus shell collection. I haven't tested this recently. Don't even know if it still works. And then run across the little bridge here. This will, of course, stay here. I'll have to, when I move all the bases around, I'll have to put an elevator or something over here for everybody, because there are other people that access this, not just me. And up we go to a very patchwork creeper farm. Up. This is definitely going to be a lot sweeter when it's an elevator and not this. Up. And then over here, crack. Yes, apparently I'm 39 going on 12 with these voice cracks. Over here we've got the Looting 3 sword. I had been forgetting the Looting 3 sword basically every single time I crawled up here. So Might as well while I'm here. It's going to get a bit loud in a moment. But I would consistently forget the looting 3 sword. So... Oh, wow. This thing's producing a lot more than I remember. I would consistently forget the looting 3 sword. So this was my way of making sure I didn't actually forget it. I just left it behind and went, okay, now I just don't get a sword. Now, one moment. Okay, put that away. Now let's just hop back down. I almost missed. 9 on 3 creepers. Can't beat that. Alright, now... Do I want to jump down, or am I... Where's the water? So I don't want to hit something and then wind up wasting myself. You know, let me just not. I'm just going to take the ladder. And of course, didn't do any lighting over here, and these are bottom slabs, but everything seems to spawn on everything else, so who's to say it won't suddenly spawn there too? Let's see, bedtime? Yep, bedtime. Alright, so that's the long and the short of the world as it stands right now. Okay, good. So from here, what we're going to be doing is making it a point to move this farm over there after the sorting system down there is taken care of. And it's nice to look from up here and not see mob after mob after mob up there, because I was getting a little too used to it and not liking it. I also have to thin out all the trees over there. So with that said, catch you all later while I get to work on all of this. Bye for now.